Good afternoon, students. As I had said today during the online class, that I will be explaining you each and every question from exercise 6.1. So, in first question, of course, in the solution itself, it has been shown. Figure is just like this, okay? Where AOC plus BOE value is given, that is 70 degree, and of course BOD value is also given, that is 40 degree. I had mentioned over here. BOD is equal to AOC is equal to 40 degree. That was given, okay? BOD value was given in the question itself, if you will see. So I was explaining this during online class also. So what I had done, I had written over here angle AOC plus angle BO is equal to 70 degree, which is given in question itself. We know sum of angles on a straight line is 180 degree, okay? On a straight line, all the angles which are formed on a straight line, their angle sum is 180 degree. So I had written, so angle AOC plus angle COE plus angle BOE is equal to 180 degree. So if you will see this AOC and BOE, their sum is already 70 degree. So I had written that together angle AOC plus angle BOE is equal to 70 degree in place of that 70 degree. So 70 plus angle COE is equal to 180 degree. In same way, if you will see over here, angle COE is equal to 180 degree minus 70 degree, that is equal to 110 degree, okay? Now it has been also said to find, not COE, it has been said to find reflex angle COE. So now reflex angle COE means what? Reflex angle of any acute angle or obtuse angle or other angle, that will be 360 minus given angle if you have to find reflex angle. So 360 minus angle COE we had done, and from here we know we had got COE value as 110 degree. So 360 degree minus 110 degree is equal to 250 degree, okay? And now this of course I had written, if I would not have written, then also it will happen. As I had written, angle AOC is equal to angle BOD is equal to 40 degree. Vertically opposite angles are equal, okay? So BOD, as we know, it has been given in the question only 40 degree. So I had used the same only, as sum of angles on a straight line is 180 degree. So angle COE plus angle BOE plus angle BOD is equal to 180 degree. And we know BOD it is given 40 degree, and COE we found 110 degree. So 110 degree plus angle BOE plus 40 degree is equal to 180 degree. And then after 110 degree plus 40 degree, it becomes 150 degree. So 150 degree plus angle BOE is equal to 180 degree, okay? And then after what happens, angle BOE is equal to 180 degree minus 150 degree, that is 30 degree. So in this way, by using these things which we had read in the text, that sum of angles on a straight line is 180 degree, then after vertically opposite angles are equal, we will be able to solve and find the value. This is only called deducing thinking, where we deduce to get the value, okay? Now we will move towards question number 2, which I had left for you to make, okay? Although I will explain it orally, if there will be doubt and if you will not be able to make, and if you will ask me in online class, then I will be explaining you that also, okay? And I will be solving that, and I will be sending in PDF it. If you will require and you will say no, I had not understood, then in that case I will make and I will send you. So let's see question number 2 here. As you can see, that's why I am trying to explain line to line so that you can understand. If you will see over here, it has been said in figure 6.14, line X, Y and MN intersect at O. You can see over here in the figure, here this XY line and MN line meets at point O, okay? If angle POY is equal to 90 degree, this is given, POY, angle POY is 90 degree, and A is to B is 2 is to 3, okay? So ratio of angle A and B is 2 is to 3 angle. Then you have to find the value of C. So if you will see, simply you can understand 2 is to 3 means you can assume A as 2x and B as 3x. And as we know, in a straight line one angle is 90 degree, then A plus B will become how much? 180 minus 90, that is 90 degree. And A, if you had assumed 2x, then you can write 2x plus 3x is equal to 90 degree, then you will get the value of x, that will be 18 degree, 18 5 is 90. So A becomes 36 degree and B becomes 54 degree. Then again what you will do, we know sum of angles on a straight line is 180 degree. So angle MOX plus angle XON is equal to 180 degree. That is angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree, and B earlier we had found 54 degree. So 54 degree plus C is equal to 180 degree you can write, and therefore you can write C is equal to 180 minus 54. So that will become how much? I think yes, 126 degree it will become. So that will be the answer. Okay, if you had understood you will make it. If you had not understood, no problem. Simply you will be asking me again to explain it. I'll be explaining and I'll be trying to make that on MS Paint. If also you will not be understanding, then I'll be doing that in saying PDF, and I'll be sending you. As you can see over here, question number 3, here it has been said in figure 6.15, angle PQR is equal to angle PRQ. You can see this angle PQR and PRQ, the marked angles are equal. Then prove that angle PQS is equal to angle PRT. It's very simple. Simply you can do here. Now as we know, sum of angles on a straight line is equal to 180 degree. So angle PQS plus angle PQR is equal to 180 degree. That you can assume it as equation 1. Again similarly, angle PRQ and PRT is equal to 180 degree. But PQR is equal to PRT, you can write in next line. So from equation 1 and 2, okay, you can write PQS plus PQR is equal to PRQ plus PRT, and in place of, and in any one side you can write, if there is PQR, in place of PQR you can write PRQ only, because both are equals, and you can cancel that, then you will get PQS is equal to PRT. Okay, you can see solution. I had seen question number 3 solution also. So in solution, the same thing was what I had spoken, I had written over there. Okay, here it is. You can see here I written angle PQR. Here is the figure at the top. Okay, the gap I had utilized. This is the figure. So if you will see here I had written here angle PQR is equal to angle PRS. We know sum of angles on a straight line is 180 degree. So angle PQS plus angle PQR is equal to 180 degree. That is equation 1. And angle PRS plus angle PRT is equal to 180 degree. This side one. Okay. Then I had written from equation 1 and 2 we have angle PQS plus PQR is equal to angle PRS plus angle PRT, because both are 180 degree. PQS and PQR is also 180 degree, and PRS and PRT is also 180 degree. So now as I had written, since PQR is equal to PRS, so this both got cancelled, and I had written PQS is equal to PRT. Okay, in this way it has been proved. It has been said to prove that PQS is equal to angle PQS is equal to angle PRT. Okay, now we will move towards question number 4 and 5. 4 I had not made, so I will be explaining orally, and 5 already I had made, so I will be explaining that 5 number also, and then after I will be going towards the next exercise text I am explaining orally, but it's your responsibility to write the definition, like the definition of angle. Okay, then after different types of angle you should write before making exercise. Then after you will be writing about supplementary angle, linear pair, okay, complementary angle, different types of angle definition and measurement you will be writing. Okay, after writing these all things you will write the axioms like vertically opposite angles are equal, theorems like that. Then after in important notes also you can write whatever the things it has been explained. Okay, now let's see question number 4. Here it has been said in figure 6.16, if x plus y is equal to y plus z, then prove that AOB is a line. You have to prove that AOB is line if xy plus y plus z are equal. Sorry, x plus y is equal to w plus z. So what here you can do is, you can write here angles on a point. sum of angles around the point is 360 degree. That also you can write. So x plus y plus z plus w is equal to 360 degree. Now x plus y is equal to w plus z. Simply you will write in brackets, since x plus y is equal to w plus z, you can write w plus z in place of x plus y also. W plus z plus w plus z is equal to 360 degree. Okay, then 2 times, even you can take 2 common, because 2w it will become and 2z it will become, or you can write at first 2w plus 2z is equal to 360 degree. Then you will take 2 common, you can write 2 whole w plus z is equal to 360 degree. Then w plus z will become 360 degree by 2, and it will be reduced to give 180 degree. So you can write w plus z is equal to 180 degree. So w plus z are the angles made on a straight line. Therefore AOB is a straight line or a line. In this way you will be proving that AOB is a line. Okay. Now if you will go in question number 5, let's see the question. Here it has been said in figure 6.17, POQ is a line. Ray OR is perpendicular to line PQ. Okay, OR is perpendicular, that means it's making 90 degree. OS is another ray lying between rays OP and OR. Okay, OS is the another ray which is lying between OP and OR. Prove that angle ROS is equal to 1 by 2 angle QOS minus angle POS. Okay, such type of questions, it is very important. You can see over here, it has been said to prove. Okay, sometimes a student simply see this and then after says no, it can't be possible, because here it has been said QOS minus POS. QOS is in different direction, then after POS is in different direction, its measurement is also not known, its measurement is also not known. Then how we can say that ROS will become 1 by 2 times that also QOS minus POS. But when you will keep patience and when you will try to solve, then you will get. Actually what happens, if you will start from any one point logically in geometry, and you will keep on adding the facts on the basis of your creativeness, that should be true, not the false anything you will write, then you will come to the result. How you will come to the result? See over here, I am explaining you. We can simply write that angle ROS is equal to 90 degree minus angle POS. Yes. Then in place of 90 degree we can write angle QOR. You can write ROS is equal to angle QOR minus angle POS. Now in place of 90 degree comes QOR. Then in both sides we will be adding ROS. ROS plus ROS is equal to angle QOR plus angle ROS minus POS. So what will happen? 2 angle ROS will become what? ROQ plus ROS. It will become QOS. So 2 angle ROS is equal to angle QOS minus angle POS. And when 2 will go that side, of course, it will divide whole. So it will become 1 by 2 times angle QOS minus angle POS. I hope that many of you might have not understood because it is orally. So I will go towards the solution which I had sent to everyone. You can see over here question number 5. Let's see. Here I had written angle ROS is equal to 90 degree minus angle POS. Okay. Then after in place of 90 degree, as you can know that OR is perpendicular on PQ. So ROQ is also 90 degree. So in place of 90 degree I have written ROQ. Angle ROS is equal to angle ROQ minus angle POS. Now on the both side I had written angle ROS plus angle ROS. I had added both sides. Here this side also one added and this side also one added. Angle ROS plus angle ROQ minus POS, that will be equal, because in equation we can add or subtract or even multiply or divide by the both number on the both sides. So you can see ROS plus ROS I have done. So it becomes 2 angle ROS, and here ROS plus ROQ. When ROQ and ROS is added, then it becomes whole angle becomes angle QOS. So I had written angle QOS minus angle POS. So if you will see, there is 2. When this 2 will go that side, it will divide this whole QoS minus PoS. So I have written 1 by 2 out and this QoC, because dividing means 1 by 2 only. Half, when we divide with 2, then we get half. So 1 by 2 into QoS minus PoS, and this only you have to prove. So you can write hence proved. I hope this 5 number all of you had understood. Now I will go towards question number 6. Okay. After that, as you can see, there is about parallel lines. Information about parallel lines I will be giving. Yes. Here you can see question number 6. It is given that XYZ is equal to 64 degree and the XY is produced to point P. Draw a figure. Okay, here it has been said, draw a figure from the given information. If ray YQ bisects angle ZYP, find XYQ and reflex angle QYP. If you will draw the figure of such questions, the question will become clear. Okay, let's see. I will be drawing it in MS Paint. Even this is screen recording, so I can show you MS Paint also. So XYZ is equal to 64 degrees. So I am going simply in MS Paint. You can see now MS Paint came. Okay, this is the previous class work. I will be removing this work from here. I am taking new page. Okay, so now I am taking a straight line and I am making angle XYZ. 64 it was, so it should be looking like 64. That type of angle I am making. Okay, okay, this is, let it be this angle. Okay, angle, yes, there is curve facility also. Wherever I will click, that means curve it will become. So now this become angle XOY. Okay, I will be writing here X. It was said what, let's see, it was said XYZ, sorry, XYZ 64 degree. So I can write over here X, sorry, it is curved line, so I will take a pencil. X, after taking pencil, okay, now here it is X, Y and Z. Okay, after that what it has been said, if you will see the question, XY is produced to point P. We have to produce XY to point P. So this is XY line. We will draw it. I will draw it straightly. So I am taking a straight line. Okay, the same line should be drawn straightly to point P. Okay, let it be. These are a straight line. It appears to not a straight for you, but it is a straight line. Okay, so I had produced it up to P. Okay, when you will make figure, everything will become clear. After that, what it has been said, draw a figure from the given information. Okay, we have drawn. If ray YQ bisects angle ZYP, YQ bisects angle ZYP. So here we will be taking a bisector. YQ bisects angle ZYP. Y point is already there, so now left one will be Q. Here it will be Q. This is the bisector. Okay, hence this is not 90 degree. This angle and this angle are equal. These are bisector. Okay, now after that what it has been said, if ray YQ bisects angle ZYP, find angle XYQ and QYP. You have to find angle XYQ and QYP. As you know, this is 60 degree, 64 degree, sorry. So XYQ and QYP. Now you can see how easy it is. Okay, these two are equal. Even you can assume at x degree and x degree. Okay, or a degree and a degree. Then you can say angles on a straight lines are sum of angles on a straight line is equal to 180 degree. So a degree plus b degree, or even at first you can write the name like angle PYQ plus angle QYZ plus angle ZYX is equal to 180 degree. Then after you can write 64 degree plus a degree plus b degree is equal to 180 degree, and both are equal. Since QY is bisector, so angle QYZ is equal to angle QYP is equal to a degree is equal to b degree, you can write. And then after you can write, so a degree plus 64 degree is equal to 180 degree. So 2a degree is equal to 180 degree minus 64 degree, and it will become 2a degree is equal to 126 degree. So a degree is equal to 126 by 2, that is 63 degree. And of course both angle will be equal, so you can write therefore angle QYZ is equal to angle QYP is equal to 63 degree. I hope all of you had understood. If you had not understood, you can ask me. Okay, this figure I had drawn, so this will be only in PDF, not in in video, not in PDF. Okay, so those who want to make by watching, you can draw the figure, and you can draw by yourself also by reading the question. Again I am moving towards this PDF. Okay, now you can see page number 98, parallel lines and transversal line. If you will remember, there was a short concept of parallel lines even in Euclid geometry. Okay, so here we will learn about transversal line. Where there will be parallel line, there will be only transversal line actually. Of course here it has been said transversal line also a different this was saying explanation. You can see here it has been said, recall that a line which intersects two or more lines at a distinct point is called a transversal line. That means the line which is joining two or more line or intersecting through two or more line at a distinct point, then it is called transversal line. If you will see in figure 6.18, line L intersects M and N at point P and Q respectively. Therefore line L is transversal for line M and N. Observe that four angles are formed at each of the point P and Q. You will see here also at point P also 4 angle is there, 1 2 3 4, and here at point Q also 4 angle is formed, that is 6 7 5 6 7 8. Okay, let us name these angles as angle 1, angle 2 dot 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 angle 8 as shown in figure 6.18. okay, so angle 1 2 7 and 8 are called exterior angle. 1 2 7 and 8, of course these are outside, so these are called exterior angle, while 3 4 5 and 6 are inside the two lines, so these are called interior angles. Okay, if you will see below, there it has been said, recall in earlier classes you have named some pair of angles formed when a transversal line intersects two lines. These are as follows: corresponding angle. Now I'll here definition is not given, so I will be describing you how this will be understood. 1 and 5 is what? Corresponding angle. So one outside on the same side of transversal line and one inside on the same side, that will become corresponding. In same way 4 and 8, then after 2 and 6, 3 and 7, these all are what? Corresponding angle on the same side of transversal line, one being exterior and one being interior. But in interior there should not be what saying adjacent. You can't write 1 and 4 is corresponding angle because they have got common arm and common vertex, so adjacent it should not be. It will be 1 and 5, 4 and 8, 2 and 6, 3 and 7. In same way, if you will see, another is alternate interior angle. Okay, alternate interior angle means on the transversal line, okay, both should be interior only, but it should be in alternate side of transversal line, and both should not have common vertex. You can see its vertex is P and its vertex is Q. 4 this side, 6 this side. So 4 and 6 are alternate interior angle. In same way, just opposite of that is 3 and 5. So 3 and 5 are alternate interior angle. Okay. In same way, alternate exterior angle is also there in the alternate side of alternate and exterior. So you can see 1 2 over here and another 8 over here. So it is alternate exterior. Okay. In same way, 1 and 7, this is alternate exterior. So I want to say you that even alternate interior, alternate exterior and corresponding angle, these all are equal in our saying measurement. Whatever, okay, not over here, in parallel line they are equal. This is the figure doesn't show the parallel line. Okay, this figure is not of parallel line, so you can't say that here 2 is equal to 8 or 1 is equal to 7. In parallel line they are equal. Okay, we will be studying about that. Now if you will see here, it has been said interior angles on same side of the transversal line. Okay, so you can see same side means what? This 4 and 5 becomes interior angle on the same side of transversal line. 3 and 6 becomes interior angle on the same sides of transversal line. Okay, now if you will see, interior angles on the same side of the transversal are also referred as consecutive interior angle. In short, we said co-interior angle. Okay, or allied angles or co-interior angles, which I had said in short. Co means consecutive only. Further, many a times we simply use the words alternate angle for alternate interior angles. For alternate interior and even for alternate exterior also, generally we use alternate interior angle only. So alternate angle is used for alternate interior angle. Okay. Now this figure 6.19, it is a parallel line. Here M and N is parallel line and L is transversal line. Okay, here it has been said. Now let us find out the relation between the angles in this pair. Okay, when line M is parallel to N, you know that the ruled lines of your notebook are parallel to each other. The line in your what saying 2 line copies, you can see the line are parallel to each other. If you will measure the distance between both the lines, you will find equal at every point, 90-degree perpendicular line. Okay, so with ruler and pencil draw two parallel lines along any two of these lines. Okay, and transversal line intersect them as in figure 6.19. It has been said now to draw a parallel line, then you have to draw the transversal line as it has been shown over here in figure 6.19. Okay, now measure up any pair of corresponding angles and find out the relation between them. You will find 1 is equal to 5. 1 and 5 are corresponding angle. You can see one is outside and one is inside on the same side. 2 and 6 is corresponding angle. 4 and 8 is corresponding angle. 3 and 7 is corresponding angle. They are all equal. You can see 1 is equal to 2, 2 is equal to 6. Sorry, 1 is equal to 5, 2 is equal to 6, 4 is equal to 8, 3 is equal to 7. These all are what? Corresponding angle. Here 1 and 5, you can see they are equal because they are corresponding angle. Corresponding angles lengths are measurement are equal in parallel lines. Already I had said you earlier also. Okay, in the same way 2 and 6 is also corresponding angle, so their measurement will be also equal. 4 and 8 is also corresponding angle, so their measurement will be also equal. 3 and 7 are also corresponding angle, so their measurement will be also equal. Of course, vertically opposite angles will be also equal, but here we are reading about parallel lines. So vertically opposite angles, here it will not be given. In earlier exercise already we had read, so about that it has been not given over here. You can conclude the following axiom. Here is one axiom given, that is, if a transversal line intersects two parallel lines, then each pair of corresponding angle is equal. This is a axiom. Axiom means universal truth. Okay, so you can see axiom 6.3 is also referred as the corresponding angles axiom. Okay, now let us discuss about the converse of this axiom, which is as follows. Converse means just opposite, you can say. The transversal line intersects two lines such that a pair of corresponding angle is equal, then the two lines are parallel. Okay, when transversal line intersect two lines and the pair of corresponding angle formed is equal, that means the two pair of lines which is intersected by transversal line are parallel. Do this statement hold true? that can be verified as follows. You can see, draw a line AD and BC on it. At B and C construct angle B, okay. ABQ is and angle BCS. You can see over here in the figure, ABQ and BCS, it has been drawn equal to each other, okay, equal to each other. It should be drawn here also, you can see, and there also. So figure 1.2, okay. Produce QB and SC on the other side AD to form two lines PQ and RS in figure 6.22. You can see it has been produced. QB produced to R and SC produced to, sorry, QB produced to P and SC produced to R, okay. Okay. Now you may observe that the two lines do not intersect each other. You may draw common perpendicular to the two lines PQ and RS at different point. Perpendicular line also you can draw it of the major length, okay, and measure the length. You will find the length is also everywhere here. From R also you can draw a perpendicular line which can intersect this line. From C can also you can draw a perpendicular line. From S also you can draw a perpendicular line. Everywhere you will see. From Q also you can draw perpendicular line. So everywhere you will see the length will be same. That means what? Where the perpendicular distance is also same. Of course, that is in parallel line only. You will find it is same everywhere. So you may conclude that the lines are parallel. Therefore, the converse of corresponding angle axiom is also true. That what is the converse is saying? That if a transversal line is intersecting a pair of line, and if corresponding angles are equal, that means the pair of line is parallel line. That also is universal fact or truth also you can say. Therefore, the converse of corresponding angle axiom is true. So we have following axiom, okay. Further more axiom I will be explaining during online class. So thank you students for watching the video. Hope it would help you a lot. Thank you very much.